Here's how you play Hylos Roam. First off, he's one of, if not the tankiest hero in Mobile Legends. He has solid CC and he provides allies with movement speed. However, he does lack a big disrupt. Hylos' passive allows him to gain 1.5 extra max HP for each 1 max mana he possesses. The most important part of this passive that you need to know is that when he runs out of mana, Hylos can instead use his own HP for skill casts. Hylos' skill 2, when casted, will provide 50% movement speed to himself and allow his next basic attack within 3 seconds to be enhanced, dealing magic damage while knocking back the enemy and stunning them for 1 second. The additional movement speed will decay over the duration and will end if the enhanced basic attack gets utilized. Hylos' skill 2 is a one-of-a-kind toggle ability, which means he can turn it on and off at will. When toggled on, it will release a ring around Hylos, dealing magic damage to all enemies in the ring per second and reducing their basic attack speed for 2.5 seconds. These debuffs can be stacked up to 8 times, and each stack of this will also increase the enemy's damage taken from the ring significantly, all the way up to 20%. Hylos' ult creates a straight pathway in the target direction. This pathway will last for 6 seconds and will reduce enemies' movement speed by 75 seconds for 1 second. When Hylos is on the pathway, he gains slow immunity and recovers some of his HP. When allies are moving along the pathway, they gain 60% extra movement speed, but you have to note that if they are going the opposite direction of the pathway, they will not inherit any buffs. Enemy heroes on the pathway, however, will be slowed by 25%. A general skill combo is to toggle your skill 2, then your skill 1 to push enemies and stun them, while your skill 2 inflicts countless debuffs. An all-out combo for Hylos would be out into toggle on skill 2 into his skill 1. Moving on to builds, I suggest you going Encouraged Tough Boots, Cursed Helmet, Radiant Armor, Dominance Ice, Blade Armor, and Immortality. These are the emblems that go along with this build, and as per usual, I suggest more experienced players to build items depending on the team's composition, instead of using a pre-built setup to maximize your win rate. As for battle spells, there are 2 solid options for Hylos. The one that I use the most is Vengeance to increase Hylos' defense in team fights. However, Revitalize is also an amazing choice if your teammates are squishy. Also, skill level up priority, I suggest prioritizing his skill 1, then only his skill 2, and take his out at level 4, 8, and 12. In the early game, take skill 1 and either help mid or help the jungler out. Your skill 1 is strong in all stages of the game, so use it wisely. You can, however, opt to take skill 2 depending on the situation, but I generally recommend skill 1. If your jungler contests turtle, you should provide assistance unless you have a good excuse not to. As the game progresses, you can initiate fights very easily with your ult to speed up your allies while slowing your enemies. Because of how tanky Hylos is, you can sometimes even take out marksmen in a 1v1, as your skill 2 will basically render their attack speed useless. Provide vision if opportunities arise and keep your teammates safe. This is the general rule for all roamers.